All right, welcome back to season 2 of our show, and it's ribs today, and it's simple ribs today. We're going to show you how to get these cut up and smoked up to save a little time. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Okay, so we got 2 slabs of spare ribs. They're not trimmed, and the first thing I'm going to do is put some white distilled vinegar on them. So what you'll need for this is a simple rub. I got a little rub here I made: garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, a couple more other things in there. I even forgot what I put in there because I make so many different rubs. And just a little kosher salt, that's all you need. So vinegar, I'm going to rub it in just to open the pores of this meat. And don't put that back after you're done with that, just discard it. Back in the days, we used to use this to clean old porks. You rub a little vinegar across the meat just to clean it and open the pores of the pork. And this is what's going to get all your nice rub seasonings in there. And it'll keep your meat tender as well too. So let's flip that over. Now today we're cutting these up, and we're going to not cook a whole rack. A lot of people say, why do you have to cook the whole rack? You don't have to. So if you have just a few people over, friends, family, and you just want to have individual pieces and you don't feel like cutting it up afterwards, you can do it this way. So what I'll usually do is I'll come in with my salt, just a touch. Now, I'm having a friend eat over this evening. Actually, I'm bringing him some food because he's actually working on a new smokehouse that we've got in the making. And he worked a long day and he's tired, so we're gonna hook him up today. And I'm gonna put a little salt on there, just a little bit, because I know he likes that flavor. I'm gonna flip these back over, and I'm just gonna lightly salt this side. Anytime you can feed your crew that comes over your house to work on anything, feed them. They'll really appreciate it. All right, so here's our rub. Get a rub on. Now the reason why I'm doing this in advance, before I cut them, is this way I can see where it's going. It's a lot easier to do it this way, right? Than to cut them up and then have to rub it in. So I'm gonna go just like that. Just a little bit on the back. Not much, because we're not eating the bones. And that's it. All right, I'm gonna take this rack of ribs and just stick it in a bowl. And let's do this one. These are small holes, that's why it's taking me so long to get this out of here. And that's what you want, because you don't want to over rub it. Here we go. Just like that. Also too, when you cut these ribs up, it gives for a very unique flavor. They're not whole anymore. So then you just got to concentrate on drying them out, which will show you how to not do that. All right, so we got those. I'm just gonna put those onto a cutting board. And off to the side we go with this. So now we got our cutting board here. It's time to find our bone. So the first thing I do is cut it from the back, just like if they were cooked. And I'm gonna find my bone this way. Go in and just put that half to the side. And I'm just gonna feel around and find my bones and just cut nice, even spots in here. There you go. Just like that. Over here we got a bit of a bone plate here, so I'm gonna cut right through that plate. And that's the upper portion of the rib, of the spare rib. And this piece, I'm gonna keep together. These 2 pieces right here, these 2 ribs, I'm gonna cook those together. And here's our lower portion right here. So the first thing I'll do is I'll find this bone and I'm gonna cut this whole piece off. There's a little bone in there, and I'll probably rib tip this. Just cut them up as rib tips, and I'm going to find my bones. And again, crunch down a little bit just to get through the skin. And there you have it. And just feel around. So they're not cooked, they're a little bit more difficult to find when they're not cooked. Alright, so I'm going to get the cutting these up and cut up the other rack. And these are ready to go on the fire. And we'll show you what to do from there. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Our ribs are done. That's what they look like. We're going on to the cooker with them right now. And I put a little oil on them. Just a little canola oil. Just to get the color up and just make them easier to cook. Alright, time to get these ribs on. Got a pretty decent fire there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go backside down and just start getting our ribs right over the fire. Yes sir, right over the fire they're going. Why am I going over the fire? We're going to char them up a bit. This is a end piece here. So what we'll do is just tuck it and fold it in. Let it cook just like that. So I'm going to put it off to the side and let that heat up and let it cook in. And as it goes over the fire, you're creating a fire. Put them like that. That's why I'm using a bigger cooker today, because I want that room. I want that room to kind of char them up. And then we're going to cook them indirect. So we're going direct first and then indirect later on. So these I'm just going to put off to the side because I know they need to go in the fire. I'm just going to put these back here. And I'm going to take my plastic glove off so I don't burn it up. Alright, there's my plastic glove. It's off. I want to see what we're working with. There we go. That's what you want. Get them burned up. And then you're going to switch them around. So the ones that are getting burned up here, just like that. And don't worry about those char marks because they're going to come off once the sweat starts to push out of the meat. Those char marks are going to get out of there. So don't worry about it. Just get them nice and cooked up. The char there. Now I'm going to start to get them off out of the fire and get these guys in the fire. Out of the fire and into the fire. And be careful while you're doing this, that you don't burn yourself. There you go. Out and in, that's what you want. We're going to take them out. And just look at them. See where you're at with them. That's looking pretty good. Out of the fire. And just keep repeating. Now I'm going to let this scene go a little bit longer for you guys because it's the money scene right here. And I want to teach you guys to do this right. Because if you don't get this right off the bat, the whole cook is not going to turn out right. So here we go. Flip that guy over. Get him burned up. And get him out. You can see I have a nice little pile here. I'm just stacking them. Fill that in. And that's it. So you guys get the gist. And when I come back, I'm going to show you how I line these all up and got them organized to cook. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so these are the last two. And I'm situating them off to the side, as you can see. So we want them out of the direct heat. And we're going to close up. We're going to let this stuff cook down pretty good. Just get that one in there a little bit more. We're going to let it cook down and let this fire mellow out. We're cooking about 275. That's where we want to roll this. And I'm not sure if we're going to wrap these, but we'll play it by ear. I'll see how tender we are. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Half hour in. Look at those. Easy fire. And it's chugging along. So I don't touch the coals. I don't push anything over. I just let the fire fall into the other coals and just do its thing. And that's what you want. You want a nice easy fire. Those are long burning coals there. I got a nice log in the back here of oak. And I got some pecan on the sides. And I got some charcoal in the middle there. I'm just letting it roll. That's what you want. Get some nice color on them. I'm going to have these done in about 2 hours. That's the beauty about ribs like this. You can do them in about 2 hours. Don't peek. Don't look at them. They're not going to cook any faster. And that's it. We'll meet you back here. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we're about an hour in at 275 degrees, and I'm going to show you how I get this wrapped. So right here I have a pan, just a aluminum pan, and what I'm going to do is just get them all right into the pan. And that's just an hour in. They look great. So we're just going to get them in the pan, and we're going to sulfur them. Now some people like to dump juices on them, apple juice, or you dump whatever you like. I don't put anything because I don't want to boil them. I want my flavor to come out of these. Now I just did a video with oxtails and you guys can see it. It's the video before this one, and a lot of people ask me why didn't I reverse it. I cooked the oxtails in a pressure cooker, and then onto the cooker they went. So they came out of a pressure cooker with a shallow amount of liquid. If I would have put the oxtails on here first and then stuck them in a basket of liquid, what would have happened is you'd be stuck with a soggy product. And I don't want a soggy product. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take this piece of aluminum, just put it down here. Going to keep my pan clean, so when I bring it back in the house, I'm just going to fold it like that, just so I can take it with me. Keeps that bottom of the pan clean because I can just knock it off. This way I won't forget it's there. Just fold it up. I can either bring it in or push it off. Alright, I'm just going to cover and get a tight seal on here. Like that. And if I leave this on here on the aluminum, I can kind of just move it around and just rip that part off from the bottom that's dirty, so I don't dirty up anything in my house. And that's it. I'm going to go here, get a nice tight wrap. At the same time, it's giving me some time for that fire to build up. You're going to want that fire to build up because now you're wrapping it. Now it's going to take a while for that fire to get inside here and heat that up. Now we're basically turning this into an oven. And if you wanted to finish these off in your oven, you actually could, if you didn't want to stay outside anymore. But we're in South Georgia. It's a beautiful night. We're going to finish them up. And we're just going to let all those coals, like I said, just fall right down in there. And that's it. We'll let that log catch. We'll open up the holes a little bit more, and I can even just tap my cooker down a little bit. You see the fire jump up? Knock a little, disturb it, and you'll get it hot. That's what you don't want to do when these are out in the open. You don't want to do what I just did, but right now, you can do that. All right, we'll see you back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, 2 hours. Let's get these guys. Whew. All right, let's open these guys up and see what we got. See that steam coming out of there? That's why you don't want to put water in there, because you've already got steam coming out of the meat. So by the time you put water in there or a liquid, you got soup. And you don't want soup, because you'll be giving out a t-shirt with it. So here we go. Look at those. Those look pretty tender. So now I'm going to test these for just tenderness. So what I'll do is I'll just take my finger here and try to pull them away from the bone. So if I get them away, look at that. It's coming off clean. Let's get a little pit master taste. I'll sacrifice the first one there. It's got some good pull. A little bit of bite. And what I'll do, I'll just let them go a little bit longer. This looks pretty good. Now you can put these back onto the grill. You can paint them up and put them back on. But a good test is pull this little piece off at the bottom here, this little flap. And if she's not pulling so good, then you know they need more time. So I'm going to try this little flap. To me, that's pretty much spot on. I'll let them finish off cooking inside, just sitting in here. And that's it. So we're going to pull these, and we're going to meet inside. Don't go anywhere. All right, season 2's cutting board. It's showtime. Let's see what we got. Look at that juice still running. These had a chance to cool down. And let's take a look at these. I'm just going to start picking some ribs here so you can see them. Let's take a look at this rib here, and I'm just going to put it on the cutting board. This is from the high portion of the rib here. So what we'll do is just we'll cut it. I'm just cutting here, and this is the only rib I left intact. Take a look at that. It's a 2-hour rib, and the meat just basically pulls right from the bone. Look at that. So I'm going to pull that off like that, and then we're going to take another one in here. We're going to get one from the higher part of the rib. We'll take that one, and we're going to give it a bite. And look at that bite. Nice and red and smoky. That's from that wood we had in there. All right, let's plate this up. Show you what it looks like on a plate. It's a dynamite way to do ribs. If you want that smoke, you want them fast, you want them tender. Now, my grandma, she had a hard time eating ribs. She'd gnaw at the bone. Stuff like this, she loved, because it came right off the bone. So let's plate this up. Put one of these ribs here. And take one over there. I think we'll even go for a third rib. Why not? Just like that. Now this is a cold antipasta that we made. It's got a lot of things in here. We're going to leave a link in the description to this video so you can see this beautiful pasta being made. And it pairs beautiful with these ribs. So we're just going to get a nice healthy portion right onto that plate. It's got salami in there. beans, bell peppers, all the colors, olives, and it's a real tasty meal. And it's a nice meal for just a quick go-to because it's cold and you can just take it out of your fridge the next day and have it. Okay, along with that, we fried up some brim, Southern style. These were fried brim. I got these from my friend. He goes fishing. He did some fried brim and some jackfish. They're freshwater fish, so we're gonna just add one of those to the plate. Why not? Get a little lemon there. And there it is. Just gonna turn the plate for you so you can see what that looks like. And there you have it. All right, so we're gonna get situated here. We'll meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, there it is. Ribs cooked in less than 2 hours. That's what it took to complete those. We plated them up with some antipasto, fresh fried brim. Can't go wrong. We're gonna leave a link to this video, both videos, for the fried fish and the pasta. So don't be alarmed. If you like this video, more videos are about to come. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We enjoyed having you. Until then, gotta get that Pitmaster taste.